Hi everyone, this is Men's here, playing the Tier 5 British tank destroyer, the AT-2, on FIery Salient. Now, since I have a decent amount of armor, granted I'm in a Tier 7 match, I'm just gonna plug down the 7 line. Don't think I'll be able to actually make it over to the 0 line, but I'll just plug my way down that way. The gun's really dinky on this, especially against 6s and 7s, so that's why I'm going to stick around the cap. So hopefully I'm not out in the 1 and 2 line with a gigantic tank in front of me that can just chew me apart. So let's see how this goes. Now, this map, it's new per se. They did change some of the places of some objects and the elevations in some areas, but overall it's just cosmetic for the most part. Now, the planes is are a nice little feature, but and then hopefully it doesn't affect your FPS that much. My FPS, okay, that guy just drowned. Yay, what a prick. My FPS is a little bit lower on this compared to other maps. 9.2. Usually I'm at a solid 50. 60 FPS, and a little bit lower here. Now we have a decent amount of people who are swung out, so I'm just gonna hang around here. Don't want to push up too far, just because once I'm up there I can be shot from the hill. And they can see me, but gung-ho M4, you are going to get shot, just like that ELC. But what the hell, no SPGs, so it's just pushing between these two buildings.
That one didn't go through. Enemy armor is damaged.
And yes, I am using premium rounds, because this thing cannot penetrate a KV-1S from the side at this range. So I don't exactly feel bad there, just because I would not be able to damage him. Ooh, there he is. Need to be a little careful here, because they can shoot into my lower glacis, or not lower glacis, upper glacis, and since they're on the hill, they can damage me easily.
Ricochet.
Yay, he's dead. So I should be safe from being spotted now. Unless if that Tiger 1 flanks us. Which somehow our team's not even shooting at. Panic mode!
Penetrate their armor. Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
Yeah, we need to get him out.
Damage them.
But we won.
Got him.
Just like encounter mode, in a lot of different maps, usually you want to fight the closest possible route to the enemy, in my opinion. But this map, unlike a lot of other encounters, just happens to be around the flag. And since there's that raised train track going through, or not railroad, going through the one side of the map, it creates a natural barrier. So being on the flag side, and especially if you have a hill, it's very hard for the enemy to actually flank you without you seeing them, like that Tiger 1. So this is one of the maps where it makes sense going to the flag on encounter first, especially if a lot of your team does. If they don't, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, just because you always want the high ground. Overall, pretty decent match for a tier 5 and a 7. I was a little safe in the beginning, and then I guess kind of took a few shots, but decided to move out because our team was doing pretty well. Damage, 532, is actually pretty good for AT2, especially in a tier 7 match. Block a little bit of damage, spot a little bit as well. Did lose credits because I fired APCR, which they don't do a lot of damage and they're pretty expensive. But the gun on the AT2 needs APCR for most tanks. It faces above tier 5. But let's see how this match goes. At least the enemy doesn't have a ton of armor. They have those KV-1s, the M4A3, and the KV-1S, which, yes, that does have armor against this thing, but a little bit easier than the last match as far as damage potential goes. So I'm going to go south here, just because it's where I spawned. Too slow to go north. If I go middle, I could kind of help with the middle road or whatever, but the only way I'm gonna sit around the 6 line in East 6 is if nobody from my team goes there, but usually there's plenty. So I'm gonna hopefully stick to my southern route, which so far doesn't look like anybody's really coming down here. Like other slow tanks, it's important to kind of pick your route before you start and adjust it only if your team ignores an area. I just don't want them to go up north and sit there like, oh, what are we doing? Because if they do, we're probably going to lose, because there's quite a lot of our team up there. At least that Stug has a pretty decent spot. Faster tanks is a pretty good spot to take, D4, but at the same time he just sat there in the open. You gotta kind of tuck down into E4, so you can't really be hit by too many enemies to begin with, especially Artie, and you can kind of give a good footing to your team if you're able to grab that. But our team's being fucking obliterated. Stop rushing out there. Like, seriously, don't rush out there, people.
Enemy is hit. That one bounced. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is damaged. Gotcha! Crack hit.
Hell, might as well keep going.
We've damaged them. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy is hit.
Doesn't do a lot of damage a shot and doesn't have a lot of penetration, but you can chew apart weak tank.
The commander's injured. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is damaged. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit. Got him!
Okay, that worked out pretty well. See, the enemy's trying to come back through the middle. But yeah, it was nice that that guy didn't hesitate and he followed right behind me. As you see, you have pretty good armor, but that top hatch is weak against a lot of 6s, and if people are shooting down at your upper glacis, they can go right through it.
Enemy is hit.
Just want to help them get him out so they can remain unspotted and be safe on the cap from that FV. But we should be able to cap this out without the enemy getting too many people back. Hopefully they realize that and they don't go too gung-ho. It's like, yeah, we're up by a lot, but sometimes it's better not to risk it. Even though now at this point, yeah, we pretty much have it in the bag. But even as a low tier, granted I'm a 5 and a 6, but sometimes you just kind of, if you pick the right spot, you don't have to cower in fear and feel like you're kind of useless just because there's higher tiers. Just as long as if you have help and you have the matchup on your side, you can be pretty aggressive. And especially if you run into M4s and M7s and Cromwells and AT2, you actually feel like you have a pretty good gun. But in the end though, even if you're at the bottom of the tier list for your team, you can still be pretty useful. I mainly shoot if I'm at the bottom of the list, just to outdo the other people near the bottom on the enemy team. Say you have a tier 5 and a tier 7 match. As long as if you pull your weight more so than their tier 5s, you give your team a better chance to win. So overall, a pretty decent match. Second class, I actually did top 3 damage at 1,130 and destroyed 2 tanks. So pretty damn good in my opinion. And blocked a bit of damage because that M7. I don't think he could have penned me that much. Same with the M4. And overall, pretty well-rounded match. And thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.